Hello everyone. Am I audible to you all? Can
Yes,
you all please confirm that I'm audible or not in the live chat?
yes, you're audible.
Actually, there was some glitch, so we had to end the live and make a new live session. So let's wait for a few more minutes while others are joining. Really sorry for the interference. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Control Alt app. I'm really glad to have you all here for this amazing session. I can see around 160 of you have joined the session. So while others are joining, let me quickly share basic details about the eligibility criteria. So the rule is very simple. 3 out of 4 assignments must be completed. We'll be sharing the eligibility list soon after the session, where you'll see your status as either might be eligible or not eligible. If you are marked as not eligible, it won't matter if you do the next 2 assignments or not, you won't be getting the certificate. But if you are marked might be eligible, you still have a chance. You just need to complete 1 or more assignments depending on the number of assignments you have submitted in the previous 2 weeks to become eligible. So after this, we'll also conduct the Achievers Eligibility Test. Those who are eligible will receive a completion certificate, while those who clear the Achievers Test will get a special certificate of achievement. If anybody has any doubt regarding the eligibility, you can type in the live chat, and after that, we'll begin the session. Is there any doubt? Okay, somebody is asking about the Achievers test. So the Achievers test will be based on the OSINT skills in the end of the course, like all the things you've learned in the course and whatever knowledge you gain through the course. On the basis of that, we'll conduct the test, and if you clear that test, you'll get special certificate, which will be the certificate of achievement. So this will mark you as the good learners in our course. Any more doubts? Yes, if you have submitted your assignments, we are receiving them. We'll provide you the eligibility list soon after the session. The date for the achievement test is not yet decided. As soon as the team decides it, we'll let you know in the groups. So somebody is asking about the difference between completion certificate and achievement certificate. So if you are eligible for the completion certificate, everybody who has completed 3 assignments and 3 attendance quizzes out of 4 will get the completion certificate. But achievement certificate will be based on your special knowledge and special tricks, whatever you have learned in about the OSINT in the course. So it will be based more on the practical knowledge, and you'll get there after clearing the achievement test. So yes, we can start. Before we start, let me quickly introduce you to the today's speaker, Mr. Rushikesh Walvikar. He is an offensive security certified professional and an international cybersecurity trainer. With his vast experience in delivering security solutions, conducting detailed vulnerability assessments, and training professionals worldwide, Mr. Walvikar has been empowering organizations to strengthen their defenses against cyber threats. So, without taking much time, let's welcome Mr. Rushikesh Walvikar and begin today's session. Rushikesh, sir, you can start now.
Thank you so much for introducing me. Hello everyone, I hope I'm audible. Okay. So, welcome to the third week of OSINT. I just quickly I am sharing my screen now. I hope the screen is visible. Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the third week that is targeting the shady websites and advanced OSINT. In this particular scenario, we will be seeing first how we should protect ourselves, and then we will be looking for the OSINT part. So what exactly I mean is, if you are searching something on Google, if you are searching about any website, if you are searching some about any person, that particular site might capture your data. Now, how it is going to capture your data using some analytical tools, or else the website might also embed some cookies in your systems. So we should be very careful about what we are searching and which sites we are visiting whenever we are trying to look for some information, obviously on the internet. Now, today's main goal is to verify whether we are actually setting up the VPN part, and then we are isolating our test environment. Then later on, whenever we are targeting the any website, we should be very careful about how we are searching for any of the data. Okay, so that is the main precautionary measure that we need to take no matter what happens. Again, whichever sites I will be showcasing you, make sure you will not visit that site more than 5 to 6 minutes, because that site might also be malicious in such a way that it might target you. So we have to be very careful whenever we are visiting those sites. Those are shady sites. Today's learning goal is basically, first thing, that we will be using some of the Google dorking techniques. We will be setting up our Tor browser very safely. Then we will be documenting our findings. We will be reporting it to the cybercrime.gov.in portal. And also we will be seeing some of the DNS part and researching about the domains. Okay, so let's move ahead. About the Google dorking and Tor, let's set up first Tor and then go towards Google dorking, because obviously we will be searching some of the things. So my first preference to you will be, okay, Brave browser is there. Brave browser, if we can set up, it is good, but it might not be able to safeguard you whenever we are like browsing anything, because at some point Brave browser does not have those capabilities to safeguard you from malicious sites. So for this thing, I will be using Tor browser. Okay, I have already downloaded it. So I have, I'm just showcasing you in such a way that, okay, you will be able to install it. So this is the Tor browser that you can directly download. It is already there in my laptop. So I'm just going to open it. Okay. So now the Tor browser is on. The installation process is definitely very easy. You just need to click next, next, next and install, and you will be able to install this particular Tor browser. Now let's connect to the Tor browser. It is establishing and connection. So what it means is, even if you start Googling, it will give you some of the Uh, so whichever Google we are using, it is basically will be given in different languages. Right now here it is maybe German. Why it is so? Because we are using Tor VPN. So in this Tor VPN, we will be having Google search, which is using VPN of Germany. Going ahead with the VPN part is okay. Now we have the goal to search about the shady websites. So here only I am going to type shady websites. That is on the GitHub I want, because I want to see whether I can find some of the targets on my own. If not, I will be using some other uh, sources. So first is this shady site. Scam sites are there. Malicious code is there. GitHub, suspicious files. Okay, let's go to the scam sites. Let's see whether we are able to get some of the shady sites or phishing links, something scam links. Okay. Here I can see a file which is list.txt file. Okay. So we have got a lot of sites. I will zoom. If it is not visible, I'll zoom it. See, you can see that these are test sites. It might work, it might not work. We can test it right now itself, but most of the sites might not be working because this is a very old repository. For this thing, I have created a solution. Already I have researched to save the time. That is, I have researched some of the websites which are there. So these are the 5 sites which we will be using for Google dorking. Okay, so this is my first thing. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that I'll be searching some of the things on this site. First site I will be searching here on the top browser. This is one of the site which is there, that is apos.com. So it is saying that it is having email or phone number. This is for reverse lookup OSINT of the email. So this site might not be good for us right now because we don't know exactly which website is there. Second thing, this is also one of the site which is socialsearcher.com. So if anything we need to search about a person or a profile which is malicious or a fake profile, we can search it here itself. So we can definitely use these 2 sites after the OSINT during the OSINT part if we get any user in those fake sites or malicious sites. Now what I will do is I want to access this one of the most important site, which is a site of darknet. So dark web sites are there. Make sure, again I'm saying, whichever site we are visiting, these sites are malicious, so we should make sure that okay, finally we have got a malicious site which is darknetmarketstats.com, and this site we should not visit more than 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is we will be starting with the Google Document part here itself, but I will be closing this site as soon as possible. Again, I'm repeating, we should not visit those sites more than 5 minutes. So first part, in Google Dorking, what I'll do is I'll paste the site name first. Okay. Before site name, I will say site colon, and this is the basic site that I want to search, whether it is available somewhere or not. Yes, I'm able to see that, okay, there are many websites. Okay, I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links related to this particular page. After that, I want to search in text something which will be more beneficial. Let's say I would say Tor. So I was not able to find anything related to Tor. No. Double quotes means we can literally get more in detailed information related to that specific word. So this is how we can directly find it out. What I'll do is I'll search in title and I'll say dark web. We might get something from that particular site which we are searching. Still, we don't have anything right now till here. Okay, I can say that file type, let's say PDF. No. File type docx. Still no, the site is not publishing anything. That's why we might not get anything. Link to the external pages. This is a good scenario. So what I'll do is I will make sure that I'm copy pasting this site again. I'm opening this site. We might find out, okay, somewhere, okay, I'm copying this link. We might find out here itself during the Google Dorking procedure that I have closed that particular site, and we can see file type instead of file type, I will say link colon. I will put it in double quotes. It completely depends on what we are searching for. So till now we have only got this part. TNMS stats. Okay. In text, DNM stats. Okay, we have got now only one part, that is, it was already mentioned here. So this is how we can directly search for this particular site. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can use this particular site in different way. I can go in detail about this site. I don't want to play around here itself. I want to make sure that okay, I'm visiting something, I'm trying to get information about it. I'm trying to search in detail about it. For this thing, I also have multiple sites right now, which is specifically used for .NET. Okay, so I have this site which can be only visited by Onion browser, that is through Tor itself, and I'm saying Google. No, it's not. So I'll directly visit the here. Here I can see that this particular site is basically used in dark web. So how I can verify that okay, this is used in dark web? See, I can literally create a Visa card and Visa balance. I can get it for $100, and the price for it is $10. Obviously, this is a dark market site which we can see here right now itself. So this is how we can identify that okay, these are the shady websites which are there are on daily basis, and we can literally report about those sites which are available. So for reporting, we will see later, but before that, we will be focusing on the main part, that is our main goal of OSINT. So, yes. Coming back to the operating system part, okay. Google Docking setup. So Google Docking, you might have understood till now that okay, these are the methodologies. There are more methodologies in Google Docking. We can identify multiple things. We can identify multiple files. We can identify links. We can identify text. We can identify headers. If there is embedded in it some information related to that particular site and we want to search it, we can definitely do using Google Docking. It is basically a specific search which has been used. Now going forward with identifying the websites and subdomains. So for example, if I say any random site which we see on daily basis, let's say Myntra.com or any shopping sites, Amazon.in. Okay, these are famous sites, everybody can see it. Now, how to find out what are the subdomains? How to find out whether they are genuine subdomains or not? So for these things, many times you might see that these sites are being having multiple phishing sites which are being developed for it. So there are multiple tools which are available to develop phishing sites, and they completely copy paste, and we are not able to identify whether that particular link is there or not. So for example, if I have a site Amazon.in, what attackers do is attackers go to Bitly, they convert it into completely short forms or short URLs. And at this point, people are not able to identify whether it is a genuine site or not. I'll give you one of the example. So this is Amazon.com. I'm copy pasting it. Uh, okay. I am generating a free link for Amazon.com. Now, okay, about this thing, just a second, I'll log in first and then come back. Okay, so Finally, I have created amazon.com. See, this is the bit.ly link. Okay, I'm copy pasting it. Now, what exactly is the problem here is now this site, I don't know, whenever I'm pasting it, you get a lot of phishing links on text messages, emails that this is a bit.ly thing. So this site, I don't know whether it is amazon.in, whether it is a malicious site or not. At this point, how can I identify whether it is a malicious link or not? It is very simple. We just have to press plus sign after the particular bit.ly link and you will get to know whether this particular bit.ly link is safe or not. So what happens is plus sign identifies the destination of this particular shortened link. So this is one of the technique to safeguard yourself that okay, first test it with which is this site. Then you can just adding a plus sign can give you completely the idea of which link is being embedded for this shortened link. So this is one of the technique which is being used for OSINT so that you can see whether okay, this is actually amazon.in and nothing else. Now, apart from this, there are many characters which are embedded. So they are called as punny characters. What do you mean by punny code or punny characters is? So what happens is you can see multiple A in a different format. What I mean is punny attack is basically non-ASCII number. ASCII is basically a type of character set which is being embedded in our keyboard and computer, and it identifies okay, if it is 65 then it is A, if it is 66 then it is B. So that is how the ASCII code is being set up. Now what happens is punny code, I'm just showcasing you one of the part. Just give me a second. I will be searching about the punny character, punny code attacks. You literally cannot identify punny code because the A which you are seeing and the A which is of punny code is completely similar. Okay, perfect. I will zoom it. Okay. Now can you see this A and can you see this particular A? I'll tell you best example for it. I am going to type in this here. I'm typing amazon.in. Okay. I'm increasing the font. Okay, it is not getting increased. So just give me a second. I'm opening Notepad. Okay. Amazon.in. Now just see this A I'm copying and now I'm pasting it. Amazon.in. You will literally not be able to identify whether this A and that A is similar. I'm again replacing this. See, this is how punny codes and punny characters are there. You need to identify this. And human eyes cannot directly see it because if it is small font, we literally get into those phishing attacks where the codes are similar. At this point, what we need to do is we need to go to some sites called as URL check online. So here in the URL safe browsing, we have lot of if the website is malicious or not, we have lot of tools available, website reputations. So if I paste this amazon.in here, and if I check the reputation of the site, it will completely scan the site and it will say the domain is not valid. If it was valid, it would have given us that okay, this is malicious. Same thing if I go and type amazon.in, you will be able to identify okay, this is genuine site and this is how the summary report is. Now, going ahead with the summary report, you can see here that we have got one of the output of this particular summary report. This is one of the tool basically which is online available. So this analysis is about domain information, DNS records, ping, and other things which are reverse DNS, ASN number. All these things we will be seeing in detail. First thing that we will be seeing is Whois lookup. So I'm opening it in the new tab. Now in this new tab, we can see that we have to again paste amazon.in and we have to uh, click on Whois lookup and it will be seeing. All right, just a second. Okay, no output has been written because this user is not giving us the output. We will check about the DNS records. If not, I have one of the best toolbox which is being used for no, it might not work here. So I have one of the best website which is there, which is an actual site which is being used for testing those malicious sites. So for example, I will be taking one of the malicious site of from this particular part, let's say darknet market stats. I'll go to MX toolbox. mxtoolbox.com, and this site is being used for looking for the domain names. MX Toolbox, one of the best site where we can see that the DNS record is not been published. That means one of the indicators that it might be malicious, it might be doing some shady things. Second, DMARC records not published. Again, DMARC record are used for sending the mail server through the mail. We can completely send the information. We are chatting through that particular mail server. So if we see in detail, I have clicked on more info and I have opened it in new tab. DMARC record full form is domain based message authentication reporting and conformance. This mechanism is being used to handle the mailing system in the organization. So let's say Amazon.in has their own organization. They have their own employees who are working in the backend, who are mailing each other. So this particular mechanism is responsible for sending the emails and receiving them. But what happens is if it is not been published properly, it might give us a lot of problems to the organization, as well as any attacker can get into the organization server of the mail server and create problems, manipulate the mails, and many things can take place. So this is one of the main problem. Second thing, there is one more concept here, that is SPF record lookup. Now SPF record is one of the most important record, because if SPF record is not being published, if for example we have the CEO mail of Amazon.in, for example. So this Amazon.in CEO @Amazon.in, we have anybody can send from CEO @Amazon.in. They can send a fake message, fake mail to anybody, and the receiver will get it in the inbox of Gmail itself. Literally, that person will not be able to identify whether it is sending a genuine mail or the CEO is sending the genuine mail or not. They will not be able to identify until and unless any investigation is taken place. So SPF record, if it is not been published, it is one of the most dangerous thing. For this thing, we have SPF record check. We have a site for it to identify whether the SPF record are being published. That is kitterman.com. So this is one of the site which is used to check the domain record. So I have one of the site for testing. So I'm clicking it here, amazon.in. Again, this is again a genuine site, but yeah, if we can see that whether the SPF records are being published, yes, the SPF records are being published here. But if I go to some shady site and if I click on, if I say that, okay, I don't want this, I want the site which is being used for malicious things. So I'm seeing any of the sites, let's say 1monthpremium.com. I'm checking to get the SPF record. Records are being published for this site as well, found, and we can check whether it is using some other tools are being used or anything else. So this is a live site again, but it is being specified as a malicious site. So let's check 1monthpremium.com if any records are being published. See, no, records are not being published, and it has diverted its IP address for something else. The main host name and is park-mx.above.com. See, this is how you can completely identify whether this is malicious or not. See, blacklist check, we can see whether blacklist it is being blacklisted or not. No, it is not blacklisting anything, but yes, we can see that this IP address is getting diverted from this. So we can definitely say that we typed the domain that was actually 1 month premium, but it completely diverted to a new site. This is how malicious websites are being diverted. Now, one of the example that I can literally showcase to you is we have some of the methodologies where we can look for those sites. So why these bug bounty platforms are being developed so that we can completely get the information of the sites. We can check any random mail that you see on daily basis. So I have created one of the let's say mail. So protonmail.com is one of the site for creating a mail, which is a really good thing because creating an account on protonmail.com is very easy. You just can just say that, okay, I want a free plan of protonmail.com. If you click on protonmail.com, you just have to type the username. So let's say I'm saying test. I would say white sample, something like that. And I will say password test at the rate 12345 6 7 8 9. Again, test at the rate 12345 6 7 8 9. See, now get the Proton mail. No thanks. And a sample email is being created successfully so that nobody will be able to trace me. So this is how attackers try to get the information. And literally you can see this as a new form of layer which is being published. This is the PDF that we can generate for the recovery of this particular account. And if I say continue, display name test sample, I would say this as, let's say, test sample for now itself, and I will say continue. See, this mail account is being created. Now what I want is I want to make sure that this particular test sample is being used anywhere wherever is required. This is the test sample. See, this is the test sample. I would check about this particular thing. I would check about this particular site. So what I will do is I will go to the site which is APOS and I will check whether anything is being missing or my particular email ID is being breached anywhere. If I can get more information about it, let's check whether I can get more information about this particular new created mail. So I'm accepting the conditions. Search. Let's check. Okay, pick all the items that would fit in the object. This. Yes. See, I can download the data of this particular email ID by JSON or CSV. If I say JSON, it can be downloaded. If I say CSV, then it can be downloaded. Same thing. So JSON is basically a format which is being uh, opened in such a way that only this much part is being retrieved. So it is saying it is a metadata, it has a query, this, it has a timestamp, this, and the data that we have found is nothing. If I see the CSV file, same thing. If I create the CSV file, the same module that it was not able to retrieve because this is a fresh email which is being created. So this is one of the example where we can definitely set up something. We can use this test email whenever required. We can make sure that in any of the tool, let's say MX toolbox or any funny character is there or anywhere we can use this particular test mail. Again, if this account is created for free, obviously it is not created for free, or let's say it is not, it is one of the safest site for creating the emails. But the main problem here is uh, we can obviously identify using email headers, cookies. If there are any links, phishing links in this particular email, we can completely open it in new tab, and before going to it, we can check it. So many of you might know that Virus Total is one of the site which has been used to let's say see whether the link is malicious. So I'm scanning the URL, I'm searching for it that okay, this is the malicious site. Okay, no, it is not the malicious site. But same thing if I want to search about this particular 1 month premium.com, and if I switch it to 1 month premium, paste it, it is malicious site. But sometimes it happens that okay, only one person is saying malicious, that might not be malicious. I have a doubt for it. So what will be the alternative for this particular virus total? So we also have metadefender.com. This site is being used for checking whether the site or URL or file is malicious or not. So I will say scan it. See, at this point, Meta Defender was not able to identify whether this site is malicious or not. This is the difference. Completely happens vice versa as well. Sometimes it might happen that Virus Total might give you clean results, but Meta Defender will tell you that okay, this is the threat which is there, but they have not identified, because the database which Virus Total is using is of multiple vendors like Fortinet, Alienware, DNS, Green Snow, IPsum, Kaspersky, but the database Meta Defender Cloud is using is of Norm Shield, OpenFish. All these URLs are being used. So this is one of the methodology that okay, we should not always trust completely to any site or let's say tool which we are using, because end of the day the tool is being created by humans. So no tool is perfect. We have to make sure that we are seeing in 10 different places whenever we are trying to figure out whether the site or the tool or the website or let's say any of the application is being malicious or not. Again, now same thing might happen with the other part of applications as well. Not just the site, but applications also might interact with it. So I'll give you one of the example. If I try to analyze this site, see, it is not analyzing right now. Completely invalid term it is saying, but it is obviously a tool, or it is obviously a site which is being accessible by the Tor browser. See, so this is a dark website which is definitely not being uh, scanned by other things. So let's check whether we can scan it through Aristotle. Yes, it is scanning through Aristotle. I don't know why the Meta Defender didn't do it. Let's check on Meta Defender as well. No, it is not giving us the opportunity to scan it. Here say it is just saying suspicious, but it is not giving exactly whether it is clean site or not. So this is one of the major thing. People say that okay, it might not be suspicious, but sometimes it might happen that these tools will also not be able to identify whether it is a malicious site or not. That's how clean the site pretends itself, and people get fished. Now, apart from all these things, there might be some of the tools, there might be some of the methodologies that we can use it for knowing more about the target. Okay, so Whois lookup is one of the thing, DNS analysis and IP investigation. So let's go to Whois lookup. We have already seen it, but we will see it in detail now. Whois lookup is also a site, as well as it is a tool inbuilt in Kali Linux or Parrot OS or Ubuntu. It completely depends on where we are searching for it. So Whois lookup is basically going to identify that IP address or the domain name which we wanted to search, and it will try to give you more insights about it. So example, they have already given qq.com. So I'm saying qq.com here itself, and I'm searching for it. And here we have got many things for investigations. We'll go in detail about it. Just looking at the details, and we are saying, okay, we have got the information. It's not worth it. We have to see it in detail whether how the domain is being set up. So first is domain is there. It is being registered in 1995. It expires on 2034. It is updated on this, and the status is client delete prohibited, client transfer prohibited, update, delete, transfer, everything is being prohibited. Name servers they have provided. So what do you mean by a name server is the hosting agent which is being used, it requires a name server which is being allocated so that the website goes live. So name server is a very important part right now. So name servers, they have four servers, name servers which are being established and mapped with that particular domain. Registrar information. We can see that Mark Monitor Information, Shanghai Co. Limited, INA identity. If any problematic situation takes place, we can also send an email about this particular thing. And also they have given us the mobile number. And this is all related to the particular thing. Now ican.org. ican.org is saying the same thing, that they only have this much of information which is there for this particular site. Going forward, next was DNS analysis. But before that, I would like to mention what is Whois lookup is. We have to see the registrar detail, IP addresses, what is the website about, who is the owner of it. These all information only can be seen in Whois lookup. Apart from this, if I want to deep dive into analysis of those things, you might have already seen shodan.io. Same thing again, I would go here qq.com. I would say qq.com and I would try to search about this particular thing. So here in detail, if you see, it has been issued, SSL certificate is there, it has been issued by the common name they have given. The server information we can definitely see here that Nginx 1.23.1. It is being powered by PHP 7.4.30. So here, if we see PHP 7.4.30, what attackers do is attackers try to get exploit about it if it is available publicly. And we might get some more information about those exploits here itself. See, we have got one of the exploit DB, that is Google hacking database. And this is one of the biggest mistake that uh, we can definitely dig in into more and more information about it, and they have literally given us the exploit for exploiting that particular site. So this is one of the information which can be used malicious by the attackers. So this is one thing. Second, let's say I am taking one more malicious site. Okay, I will be going back to 101nitro.com. Let's see if it is accessible from here. Yes, it is accessible from Tor. So this is a domain which is suspicious. We will also try this domain whether it is giving us more information about it. So I'll now try to look for this suspicious domain on Whois, and then we will look for DNS records lookup. So again, they are showcasing us the MX toolbox first record lookup. But apart from that, I want to use DNS checker for a change. So again, I'm saying we have multiple tools which are available, which we can use anytime whenever required. So I want to check for all the record types. Now, what is A? What is AAA? What is CNAME, MX, NS? We will see it right here itself. So that DNS checker is saying no, no record is there, CNAME is not there, but name server is there. This name server has been established on lease, as well as we have got that it is of Netherlands. See, that is how the malicious site is can be identified. We have also got the name server, we have also got the IP addresses. Now let's check vice versa. IP address, Whois lookup, IP address lookup. Instant time, what is my IP? Is one of the site which is being used for accessing more and more information about it. So this is VPN server which is being used by United States, District of Columbia, city is Washington, and this is the latitude and longitude of this particular site. Click to check the blacklist status. So many times it might happen that many sites might be blacklisted and IP is not been blacklisted, IP listed bad by this particular sites. So this is one of the thing. Now let's go towards reporting part. What happens is we get these malicious sites. We are able to see, okay, this is the thing, this is the problem. Now how to investigate about this, we have already seen it. But can we track those IP addresses? Can we identify the hosting providers and can we map the network? Yes, we can map the network. We can see there is a very powerful tool called as Maltego. Okay, but it is a highly paid tool. So we cannot see it right now. I am just giving you one of the example for it. So Maltego tool is being used by all the MNCs, and we can search, we can map like a tree. We can see like this. We can literally see the mapping of those sites, what all things are there, primary OSINT search, how it is being done. Everything can be seen. See here, if we see here, all the domain related things are mapped by this graphical format. This is how Maltego is powerful for OSINT. Right now, again, it is a paid tool. We cannot use it, but this was just an example that yes, we can investigate about those tools. We can investigate and trace about those sites. We can see the hosting providers, and this is how the investigation can be done. Now, built-in analysis reveal the tech stacks which are used for integration. Best example, Wappalyzer. Wappalyzer is one of the Chrome extension. It can be installed anytime whenever we want. Wappalyzer is the site which is used to check which technology is being used to develop that particular site. So I am for now pasting the not the IP. I will paste the site 101 Nitro. Let's look up for the technology stack. Okay, no results were found. Okay, no issues. We can check for some other sites. 1monthpremium.com. Let's check. Going back. 1monthpremium.com. Again, it is not showcasing anything. Okay, let's check last one, or else I can give you one of the demo for it. So okay, now they are again saying that sign up so that you can be able to use it. So I will use that Proton Mail which we used recently. Proton. Thank God I had saved the sign-in part so that I can definitely use it for uh, different purposes. So this was my Proton Mail ID. Let's check. I am using the same password. I'm not a robot. I'm signing it up. I'm reloading it. Let's check what is wrong with it. Okay, it is saying traffic lights. So verified. Okay, verification mail sent. Obviously, it would send a verification mail so that we are not spamming. It might take some time. Let's wait for it. I am reloading the page. It might take a minute to go through. Yes. No, we have not got it. Resending the verification mail. Please check the verification mail and no. Okay, this part failed, but we have one more thing. We can do it directly. It might happen that it will take a little bit time. Till then, we also can do it in different way. I can say Wappalyzer Chrome extension. So I can download a Chrome extension instead of using it as a profile. I can just add it in my Chrome extension. And once the Chrome extension has been installed, what I can do is I can go to the site that was this particular copy. Okay, I don't want to go to this site. I would go to 101 Nitro. I am pasting it. So I am able to go and visit this site. Once the Wappalyzer downloads, what I will do is I will make sure that it will it will give me all the information related to this particular website technology which has been built. Maybe some problem. Let's check once. Already installed. It is saying, why is it not adding to the Chrome? It might happen that some of the tools might give you a little bit errors in between. No issues. We can use multiple things to work out about these things. So apart from Wappalyzer, we also have different tools which we can use it. Website technology checker tool online. So Wappalyzer, definitely we will have some of the alternatives. See, buildwith.com. This is one of the site which is being used. I will say 101 Nitro. And then we will be getting more information about the technology that are being used. C. Okay. It might not be very appropriate or up to the mark, but yes, it is definitely going to give us little bit more information about the built with the technology that is being used for this particular site. So this is how we can use multiple tools wherever it has been available. This is all completely OSINT, which is there for looking up for the particular site's website information. Coming back. Now, as you can see, we have done a lot of researches, we have seen the tech stacks, we have revealed the technologies, we have seen the third-party integrations, if any, we have seen how we can map the DNS records, we have seen multiple things. After this thing now, we can definitely do a case study where what we will be doing is we can initially discover something which is malicious. We can see more, we can get more information about any person, anything, any domain. So what we have to do is we just have to type the person's name on Google Dorking. So if I go to google.com and if I say any person's name, that person's name can be written in single quotes. For example, test user. Then we can literally type the file type or something like that, PDF, doc, whatever we want. And I can get a lot of information about it completely directly by the name itself. So this is how the technology is evolving and we can get specific things. We will not get vague answers about it. We are getting specific related to test cases. And this is how Google Docking can be impactful in a day-to-day life. Second, technical analysis again, Whois DNS investigation, or else let's say, okay, finally the Wappalyzer got installed automatically after some time. And this after this, we can definitely use it. So 101nitro.com is there. And yes, I can see that Wappalyzer is there and it is trying to get more information about the domain. But I can definitely give, if it is, even if it is not showcasing it right now here itself, I can give you one best example for it. Amazon.in. Okay, again, same site. See this technology stack, it will showcase directly. What is missing right now? Okay, perfect. See, it is giving us one more and more information about the tech stack which is there in the Amazon.com. Okay, it might load in some time, it might take little bit time for refreshing, for reloading, for scanning. See, now we can definitely see that Amazon.com.in is having all these technologies which is being used for developing this particular site. Open Graph, HTTP, S3, let's say jQuery, Core.js, EtherS, Amazon CloudFront, Amazon Web Services, Video.js, all these things are being completely implemented by this particular site. Next thing that we can see is vulnerability assessment, which I showed you that we can find out the exploits about those outdated versions, what all things are being embedded for it. This is how the technology is evolving. And last is professional reporting. So I can definitely showcase you one of the methodology which we can use it for. Okay, I'm going to go to docs. I'm going to open a blank documentation. Okay, let's say a professional report. So I would say any professional report for investigation, I would say investigation report, one thing. Then with this, I will say investigation report of, let's say, I will type the name of the website, that is 101 Nitro. Whenever we are creating any investigation report now, make sure the font is visible enough. Say, let's say 22 or 24. Going back, here you can type the introduction. So obviously now the introduction will be 14. Introduction or summary about this site. Whatever word you want to use, you can use it. After the introduction, what is the objective? What is there actually in the site? Then later on, any investigation techniques that we will be using, specific tools which we have used for investigation. So we will be saying tools used. Next thing I would be writing about POC, that is proof of concept, if there is any. I am again repeating, if there is any. Brief about the incidents or let's say brief about the technology. Anything else that I want to write, I can write it, or else I can straight away go to the conclusion. And after the conclusion, I can say appendix 1, appendix A, appendix B. It completely depends on what you want to include. So same thing again. Everything, if I'm using colon, I should be using colon. If I'm using dash, I should be using dash. All the things should be uniform. Now after this, I will be starting with 12. What 12 means? I will not be using bold. I will be saying that this is the introduction report. The report is about the summary, or let's say investigation of 101 nitro.com, and so on. We can start writing. We will be obviously keeping one space after the after this one line, and if I want, I can make it a little bit attractive. I can just insert a line. So I'll be inserting a horizontal line. See, that's it. So that is how we make it attractive. If we want, we can include a logo on the headers and footers. we can say that, okay, this is being created by, you can type your name test user. Created by, if you want, you can make it bold. It's completely your uh, call. And this is how one investigation report can be written. This should be very uniform if we are including any image. So let's say I am taking a snipping tool. I am taking a snipping tool information amazon.com.in. I am taking a snippet of this particular technologies which are being used. Okay, so I will, okay, these are the technologies. What I'll do is I'll go to the snipping tool and I will take the snipping. Okay, this is what is found. Okay, what I'll do is I will copy paste this particular snipping tool information. I'll be including it in the POC's proof of concepts. This I will be making it, I will be inserting it in the middle. So it looks very good. I can install I can give it a border. So it looks very good. I can say figure number one, figure one, it is about Wappalyzer uh, for used for knowing backend technologies, logi of website. And I will be making sure that this particular thing is not more than 9 or 8. So this looks very good. See, that is how we can create a professional investigation report whenever it is required, and we can start pasting some of the information about it. That's it. This is one of the methodology of manually doing the things instead of depending on AI. So the more manual work you do, the more easily you will be able to uh, get hands-on experience with efficient work, because you don't have to worry about anything else. The more easily you will be able to write it by using your brains, you will not have to worry about anything else. This is how OSINT is being done actually manually, and this is more impactful during the things like for searching any site information. Going ahead with this particular report creation, what we get to know about is basically how the risk is there, what all factors are being involved. Is it going to impact to our systems? Is it going to impact to our uh, any of the devices, mobile phones, laptops, computers, or anything? IoT device can also be infected if in some cases we are using some other sites. Along with this, the reporting and escalation should be done very formally and in a good way. I'm repeating it, very formally in very good way, professional way. So we have the site that is cybercrime.gov.in. Now they have a lot of types for it. So we have to make sure that if we are registering a case, we should be very particular about what exactly we want to report about. So here we can see other cyber crimes. So it is not a cyber fraud or financial fraud. So I will say other cyber crimes and register a complaint in other. Then if you want to file a complaint, you are accepting the terms and conditions. You should read it very particularly. And once you accept it, you have to log in. Once you log in, basically what all information is there is incident, date and time. Then incident details, it should be minimum 200 characters with the scenario, what all things were taken place, what happened, what not. And special characters are not being they should not be included. Along with it, soft copy of any national ID you have to submit no matter what happens. It is mandatory. And in case of financial fraud, you have to make sure that you are giving your bank account details so that you can retrieve it using a lawyer later on. So you, if any financial fraud is being taken place, you definitely require a lawyer for getting that frozen money from the attacker. So definitely there is a system for it and you get it 100%, but it requires time. And if the money is frozen and if you act very fast, then only it happens. And any optional information like the suspicious website URLs, suspicious details, you can report it directly on this particular site. But the mandatory part is you have to give your login ID, mobile number, as well as email ID wherever it is required. So this is how you can ethically report about that particular site, website, malicious site, cyber attacks. And along with it, you can make sure that you are defending someone, you can protect your family on your own only by Googling. This is the major takeaway from today's lecture. Now that's it from my end. If you want to know more about it, if you have any questions or anything that you want to know about, I am open for all the question and answers. You can go ahead with it. So over to you, Prachi. If there are any questions, I will definitely read it from my system. Yes, if there are any questions, participants, you can definitely ask.
Thank you, sir. It was great session.
Okay, thank you. So should we close the session? I'll wait for more insights. If anybody asks questions, I will definitely answer them. Okay, and see one question popping up. So, okay, there is one question. So, if you want to know more about it and advanced hosting, my suggestion to you would be try to get into more. There are paid things available, so I am not going to promote any of the organization, but I have seen offensive security as well as INI.com. They have very practical things which are being given up. So they have literally excelled in that things. At some point, I can say TCM Security also has done some of the OSINT practical courses which are there available. So yeah, you can definitely learn from them. These three organizations have given a lot of exposure in OSINT. So you can definitely refer their courses. I hope I have answered your questions, Saibal.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing session. And I hope everybody enjoyed this session. And if anybody has any doubts, you can write them in the live chat. So somebody has asked, are these tools and sites considered legal in court as evidence?
Yes, yes, they are considered until unless you are giving them the proper screenshots and report. Yes, they are considered in court.
Okay. Is there any doubt? Is anybody having any more doubt? One more question is how to protect our own data.
This is a very vague question. Can you be specific about it?
So somebody has written this in chat.
That's why I am asking that person only.
Like personal data, login ID, cookies, etc.
Okay.
Usage.
Personal data, login IDs, I prefer not saving them on the devices. Instead of that, I can, if I'm using iPhone, I save it, let's say in my iPhone's notes, and I safeguard it with a lock. Do not use any third-party applications like password managers. It will completely uh, get your username, password details, everything. So do not use any of the password managers. They are not safe. Even if it is a very well, you might think it is a reputed company. Many of the reputed companies' data have got lost. So make sure you are keeping the password somewhere safe. Might be in your device itself, but in some place where nobody else will be able to see it. Second thing, websites, cookies, you cannot stop any of the Google Analytics part. If you are visiting a site, they will definitely see it that you have visited the site. But you can definitely make sure you are not being traced by just using tools like Brave browser or Tor. Tor is not required at some point, but yeah, Brave browser is also good if you are using for your safety.
So one more doubt is how do you identify those 5 websites you showed in the session?
Okay, I actually researched a lot about it. So I got it from those phishing links that I showcased in the start. So it was in the GitHub itself they have provided. So those are basically for maybe not for practice, but yeah, people have published it as spam links or scam websites. So you just have to type scam websites space GitHub. You will get a repository about it.
One repetitive question was what is the reason to close the shady sites in 5 minutes and what will happen if we do not close those sites within 5 minutes?
Okay, so some of the sites that I showcased, it was related to the dark web. So what happens is those sites have some of the bots which are being run in the backend. So if we are not careful enough, they might be able to get the access of our systems, and once they are into the system, they will compromise everything. So that's why 5 minutes at least it takes to run the bots in the backend. And if it is using darknet or the web applications, definitely we should be using first VPN. Until unless we are using VPN, we should not visit those sites. So the dark site that I showcased, dark website I showcased, one of it should not be visited without using Tor. That is one of the biggest reason, and we might be a potential target of those attackers.
Okay, one question is how to get coordinates from an image through OSINT.
Use EXIF tools. They might have showcased you in from the previous sessions. One of the session was there where EXIF tool was being used to identify the coordinates of the from the image itself. I can type the name EXIF tools. It is an online site which gives you the ability to analyze the image and get the location of it.
I guess all the doubts have been covered, so we can end the doubt session now.
Okay.
Okay. Is
Thank
there
you.
any doubt? Anybody is having any more doubt? One question. What if we get accused that we were using that site while investigation?
No, this might not be the problem. There, it will
You
never.
mean this will not cause any problem? Okay.
These are all open source sites, so nobody can cross question about it. We can just Google it. That's it.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the session and all the participants also enjoyed the session.
Okay, I'm closing now. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, sir. So our team will be presenting the quiz now. Before that, I'd like to say that you all should visit Rushikesh sir's YouTube channel. It is with the name Rushikesh Walvikar only. So we'll present the quiz within 2-3 minutes. While you are all doing the quiz, I'd like to clear some doubts about the eligibility criteria. So the basic rule or the eligibility criteria is to submit at least 3 out of 4 assignments and attendance quiz. That is the minimum criteria for the completion certificate. So if you have not completed 3 assignments and 3 attendance quizzes out of 4, you'll not be eligible. And if you complete the 3 assignments and 3 attendance quizzes, you'll be eligible for the completion certificate and to attend the Achievers Eligibility Test. And while you attend this test and you clear that test, you'll be eligible for Achievers certificate as well. And that will be a special certificate of our course.